Welcome once again to the Sage. As usual, as always, thank you for being with us. Without you, our journey would be a lonely one indeed. A few weeks ago, we took you back to a promise we had made, which was to keep you abreast of the progress of our Global Entrepreneurship Program through the year. And so within the past 3 to 4 weeks, we have taken you through the many things we have indeed already achieved this year. We've selected a new batch of entrepreneurs. We've put in place a strong team of facilitators. We've indeed conducted, using these skilled facilitators, the first capacity building workshop. It's been a lot of work, but we're so proud of our achievements. But now, back to the business at hand. A few weeks ago, we started a series which is in the spirit of Conversations for Change, in which we accept the fact that as a people, as a country, we have difficulties, we have problems. And perhaps now more than ever before in the history of this country, we have difficult economic situation facing our country. Millions and millions of Nigerians are even unable to put food on their table. But we don't just fold our hands and decry our faith and wait to die. As a philosophy, we in C4C believe that there's always something that we can do to make things better. We believe in action. We believe in creating the change we need. Indeed, the motto of the organization. And so we started a series that we termed Living Out Our Hope for a Compassionate Nigeria. A Nigeria peopled by compassionate people. Because we felt that in the long run, that the answer for Nigeria and indeed for the world is that if we as human beings learned to be a bit more compassionate to one another, to do what we can to extend a hand of fellowship, to share the little we have or we don't have, that things are bound to be better. That is the law of the divine creator. That is what makes a better world. And in line with that, we started a series of while waiting for our leaders and our government to enact and implement the economic policies which would make things better, that the majority of us who constitute the common people of this country can do something. We can begin to live out that hope for a better Nigeria by reaching out to one another. In an earlier show, we elaborated the many areas in which this can be done. We have dealt to some extent with the issue of health care, but generally the health of the people, and recognized the fact that we all have a role to play. But today, in this particular episode, we delve into another area. The issue of entrepreneurship. The issue of successful enterprises, which would really, truly contribute to the welfare, to the economic growth, to the progress of our country. We are going to spend some time dealing with this. Why? Because it is indeed a truly important topic. But also because we in C4C have a passion, as you already know, for this area. That is why we do the Global Entrepreneurship Program, which we have run for 7 years. That is why we are proud to say today that over 100 young people have gone through our program, and that so many of them are benefiting immensely from the training, the support, the empowerment they receive and continue to receive from us. And so yes, but something that is also very clear is that enterprises, entrepreneurship, businesses are something we can all do. It is us, the people, that do. But particularly the concept of medium and small scale enterprises. While perhaps only a few lucky, gifted people can have mega companies, mega corporations, mega businesses, the vast majority of us ordinary people are the ones responsible for medium and small scale enterprises. These enterprises are crucial to a country's economy for many, many reasons. They seem totally obvious to us, but perhaps bear with me as I go into some of them. Why are they important? SMEs, a term I'm using for medium and small scale enterprises, do many, many things for a country, for an economy. One is job creation. SMEs provide employment to a large proportion of our workforce. It is not the mega corporations that provide employment. No. If unemployment is reducing in any country, anywhere in the world, it is often as a result of the success of their MSMEs. They are the ones that create jobs. They provide both skilled and unskilled labor. They reduce unemployment and they reduce poverty. Yes, so unemployment, poverty. But they are also very largely responsible for our economic growth. These businesses contribute significantly to GDP of any country by producing goods and services, fostering innovation, and supporting industrialization. They are the bedrock of many of these things. A country that has successful SMEs are on their way to a strong economic growth. Innovation and entrepreneurship. It is the SMEs that are positioned and poised to bring innovation to entrepreneurship. Small businesses often drive innovation. Why? They're more flexible and therefore more willing and able to take risks, to change practices, to utilize new opportunities, to create new products and services, and indeed to change their business models. They are the ones more ready to be competitive. And for us in C4C, we're passionate about this because we believe that these concepts of innovation, flexibility, change are best done and exhibited by young people and therefore by young entrepreneurs. SMEs support income distribution in a country. They help distribute wealth and more evenly across a country. They are everywhere. They're in the urban areas, they're in the rural areas, they're in semi-urban areas. Yes. And so as they earn and support themselves and their families and their communities, they are distributing income. They are reducing income inequality. SMEs are important for supply chain development. What do I mean by this? They serve as suppliers and service providers for the larger industries. It is the smaller SMEs who may be producing whatever you want, be it clothes, be it shoes, be it whatever, who produce enough to supply our shops, our big industries. They produce the materials with which the bigger industries function. And so yes, they strengthen the overall business ecosystem. SMEs are important for export and foreign exchange earnings. These many of them as they are able to export the things we produce in this country, contributes to our need for foreign exchange in supporting the needs of our country. They help our country earn foreign exchange and improve trade balance nationally and globally. SMEs are important for what we call regional development, and therefore we must encourage their economic activities in all areas of the country. They're everywhere. They're numerous. No matter how rural, no matter how urban, SMEs have the capacity and potential to be everywhere in the country, reducing pressure on major cities and promoting balanced development. Resilience in economic crises. Unlike large corporations, which can be slow to adapt, as we had said before, SMEs can move quickly. They can take on economic challenges, making them vital for economic stability. And our situation today in Nigeria typifies that. Within the past year, as we witnessed unprecedented economic inflation, we in C4C, because we're in contact with many SMEs, have watched many of them adapt. There are numerous examples which we will bring to you. Some have looked at innovative ways, looked back at perhaps the equipment they have, and found other ways to use that equipment to deal with the fact that perhaps the line they're in is no longer productive and profitable because of the inflation. We're looking forward to bringing you many examples of it. They are flexible, they are adaptable, they are quick and ready to respond, they are young and strong and optimistic. There are many more benefits I could go into. But because I think by now it is obvious to all of us that there's a great need to support entrepreneurs, to support small and medium scale enterprises, to support young people in particular, to be young entrepreneurs, to strengthen our economy, to provide employment, to feed themselves productively and positively, and not get into crimes and other things which desperation too often drives them to. But we can only end this by underscoring the fact that they cannot exist in isolation. They need to be supported. Governments and leadership need to provide the supportive policy and program environment that would enable SMEs to thrive. They must provide regulatory frameworks to ensure their sustainability and their growth. Leadership must have an eye on the urgent needs this group represents, and must do everything possible to enable them to thrive, for when they thrive, our country thrives. I hope we have made the case. And in the next few episodes, we will bring into the studio concrete examples of what we mean. We will bring to you various SMEs, various entrepreneurs, various key players in this area, and of course many young entrepreneurs, which is our particular passion, to discuss, to tell you that it is a living reality. It is not a wishful dream. Many of them are doing it. Many more of them can do it. Many more of you, our viewers, can join in this effort. To the many young people out there who watch us, who listen to us, who are our viewers and partners, you can do it. Sometimes, as the CEO for C4C, I feel so sad, because what I would like to do is to take on 1 million young people and provide them the support we know how to do, so that they can indeed be successful entrepreneurs. And yet we can work towards this. And in doing this, I call on organizations and other partners watching and listening to come join this effort. We in C4C have the experience, and we're willing to replicate, to share experience, to do what needs to be done, so that as many young people as possible benefit, and so that as many small and medium scale enterprises come into being in a sustained and profitable manner. So having said that, let me assure you that next week, in the next episode, we already have lined up for you a very, very exciting example of what we mean. We will be bringing to you 2 remarkable young women who have made their mark and who are beautiful examples of what we mean in terms of support to small and medium scale enterprises, in terms of support to ensuring that entrepreneurship lives and breathes and is a priority in this country. And so make sure you don't miss the next episode. Our guests are already lined up. They have a lot of wonderful things to share. And so join us next episode as we begin the guest interviews. Thank you so much once again for always being with us. The next few series, wow, are exciting and well worth the time. Let us make medium and small scale enterprises a strong pillar of our national development. I thank you. See you next episode.